Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Ryan's Falcons going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers. So let's get you up to the Steel City. Standing by in Pittsburgh, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Atlanta Falcons in motion. Left comes Brown. Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Vic Beasley coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. Second down now after the sack. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
These two.
And he motions the wide receiver. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Here's a look at the young Atlanta Falcons, although next year, obviously, everyone will be a year older. So rookies like Deion Jones, Keanu Neal, Devondre Campbell, an extra year, well, their only year, but a year under their belt now to get better.
They're just young and growing, aren't they? I mean, I expect their play to continue to accelerate and elevate. And think about the building blocks they had in front of them. Second-year guys in 2016 who had big years. Grady Jarrett, a monster in the Super Bowl, tied a sack record in that game against New England. And Vic Beasley led the NFL in sacks for the regular season with 15.5 and also had 6 forced fumbles.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. In motion is Coates. Now it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown. Complete. That one good for 21 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown. And Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic. And Big Ben welcomes that.
And Big Ben won a Super Bowl at 23, youngest ever to do so, has never looked back. In motion is Coates. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Antonio Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. Freeman, the lone man, in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32.
And when you watch Devontae Freeman run the football, you can almost close your eyes and hear him running the football, can't you? Because people just scatter. I mean, you know, when he goes through a pile, it moves in a positive direction for him. I just love how hard he plays the game.
1,000-yard season. He had 11 touchdowns last year. In March, 25 years old. So he's kind of hitting that sweet spot for a running back, isn't he?
He really is, and I still remember the evaluation of him coming out of college. He does everything well, but you weren't sure he had a dominant trait. Well, wrong about that. He's dominant just about everything he does, and I think that he's going to continue to elevate his game and seek a 3rd Pro Bowl in 2017.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And it's complete. Hooper. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that...
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They'll get 17 yards there. And it's good enough for a Pittsburgh first down. Brown, the lone receiver, left. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. And he's brought down. 12 yards on the pickup. And the Steelers are going to have a first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it second and short. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. On second down, Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Brandon, I think Mohamed Sanu had a nice career while he was in Cincinnati, but he really elevated in 2016 in Atlanta. The most catches for himself in a single season.
59 of them, 4 touchdowns. Really a nice compliment to Julio Jones, and he was a nice compliment in Cincinnati. I don't want to say he's not a number 1 receiver, but he plays that number 2 slot well, doesn't he?
He does, and I think it's because of his versatility. He can play in the slot. He can play out wide. They can use him as a wildcat quarterback. He has thrown passes in the NFL. In fact, going back to his days at Rutgers, I think he threw 18 passes while he was at Rutgers, so you never know what you're going to get when Mohamed Sanu has his hands on the football.
And the back goes into motion. Throwing again, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Stephon Tuitt in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB. Now it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it brings up fourth down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And some real confusion here. They won't even get to the line. The penalty on first down backs him up 5. It's now first down and 15. Brown, the lone receiver, left. In motion is Coates. Now a play fake here on first down. Man open left side is Brown. Brown finishing 2016 with over 1,200 yards, 106 receptions. Now for him, you know, people were expecting maybe some bigger numbers. Charles, what did you make of Antonio Brown's season?
Well, what I made of it is that he started to get more help along the way. Jesse James developed at tight end. Once Le'Veon Bell got into the lineup, he started to catch passes out of the backfield and ate up a few numbers as well. So Big Ben had more targets to throw it to. That should help Antonio Brown going forward in 2017, because he'll still be the primary guy. But when you get help, boy, you can make bigger plays downfield.
In motion is Coates. Roethlisberger. Over the middle, here to Coates. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
And with that, it's 2-minute warning time here, the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the D swarming to the line.
Hurry up, let's go. Left.
In motion is Coates. And the wideout in motion.
Easy, Stu.
On second down, Roethlisberger. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So a 3rd and 8. Brown, the lone receiver, left. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown. Complete. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
In motion left, the tight end. And the offense inside the 5 here at the 4. It's 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out here in the eye.
Let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Roethlisberger keeps it. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Well, they've got it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal.
3 down. Check. 53. Fire. Check. 53. Fire.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on 4th down, the Steelers called on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
In motion goes the tight end. Now Ryan on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now Ryan on second down. He completes it to Julio Jones. Over 1,400 yards last year for Jones. Just 6 touchdowns, but, of course he had the big 300-yard game. However, when he was blanketed with coverage, he always opens things up for other guys, doesn't he?
He does, and that's what's benefited Atlanta's offense. Other guys were able to step up. In 2016, Mohamed Sanu stepped up and had his best year as a pro. Austin Hooper, as a young tight end, really developed down the stretch. And Taylor Gabriel, who had come over as a free agent from Cleveland, he really flourished, actually led the team in touchdown catches. But there's only one Julio Jones, and you want to get the ball to him as much as possible.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off William Gay. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And the Steelers set to take the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Here we go. Alert. Check 26.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. James Harrison from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9. So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. He's got time in the pocket. Getting it out left side to Sanu. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. With it is Brown. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, really nice run.